It's 40 past 7. Good evening. Yes, 40 past 7. Not 20 to 8. 40 past 7. You know I like saying it that way. Got a little bit of tech here I want to show you and talk a little about. A little tech here is, let me just take the power supply out so I don't have to hold up the cable. That's what I was just wangling my way out. Get that out of there. But the tech here is this is a mini converter. Now, it's actually called a mini converter up down cross HD. Mini converter up down cross HD. What a crappy brand name. This is from Blackmagic Design, an Australian company. Now, what this thing does, amongst many other things, well, its fundamental concept is to convert a signal coming from a source into a suitable signal for whatever the other source that you're inputting it into is. Now, when I say a signal, I mean a video signal. So where would this be used? Mainly when you're converting different input sources. So let's just say you had a bunch of these SDI. These are BNC converter connectors. SDI is the format, goes in, and then you could bump out through HDMI. But if you will note, there's an HDMI here and an HDMI here. So what that means is you can feed in an HDMI source and feed out an HDMI source. Now that's what I'm going to be doing with this device. Now, why would I do that? Well, you know how I'm taking my video feed from the HDMI output port on my laptop to do streaming from Stevan, and that's taking what they call full screen projector mode from OBS. Now, we're not 100% certain what that actual format of HDMI is, but using this device, I can punch in using a certain switch option up here correlating to what you have on the back. I can set this device to confirm or conform and convert whatever's coming in to make sure what's going out is what we want. And then I can feed that into the LiveU Solo. Now, why would I do that? Well, I want to get the cleanest output for the stream as possible. I could theoretically get 1080-60 from this device and make certain that's what the LiveU Solo is getting. We're not really sure what it's getting through the HDMI output using full screen projector mode. This device in the mix will certainly add clarity and conformity to the signal. It's a bit of a shame that it's not, it's got a USB-C connecting port here, but that's not where you get power from, so it's going to have its own power supply. But luckily, in Stevan, we've got power there. We've got the ports, we've got the dual battery setup, and so this just screws in and then Loctite, and we're good to have this thing sitting underneath the seat. You're never going to touch it, right? Once you've set it up, it's going to just basically be an input and an output, and you won't even know it's there. But this is going to be how I'm making certain that everything feeding into the LiveU Solo is as clean as possible. Whether the LiveU Solo outputs that correctly or bandwidth requirements, 4G cell towers and whatnot, that's another story. But as long as we know what's going in is conformed and confirmed and exactly precise, we are good from there on in, you would assume. Don't assume, dude. Blackmagic Designs, Australian company, good to support the locals in the industry. Heck yeah. Very nice. That's what it looks like with its little additional power supply, and that just plugs in there, and you screw that sucker down.